To integrate the risk management process throughout an organization, we employ a structured three-tiered approach. This methodology ensures that risk management is not a localized or isolated event, but rather a seamless activity that facilitates continuous improvement and effective communication among all stakeholders. By looking at the organizational structure, we see that it addresses risk at three distinct levels: the organization level at Tier 1, the mission or business process level at Tier 2, and the information system level at Tier 3. At the top of our pyramid is Tier 1, the organization view. This is where we focus on strategic risk. Tier 1 is responsible for the first component of the risk management process, the risk framing, which provides the essential context for every activity carried out by the organization. Decisions made here have a profound trickle-down effect. For example, the missions and business functions defined at this top level directly influence the design of the processes created at Tier 2. Tier 1 also provides the prioritization of these missions, which drives the investment strategies and funding decisions that eventually dictate which security controls are deployed at Tier 3. Beyond just setting the mission, Tier 1 is where we establish the risk executive function, a specialized group that provides oversight to ensure that risk-based decisions are consistent across the entire entity. This tier is also responsible for choosing common controls, those security protections that can be inherited by multiple systems, and establishing the order of recovery for information systems during a crisis. Moving down to Tier 2, the mission and business process view, we address risk from the perspective of the actual workflows that support the organization's goals. Tier 2 is informed by the context and risk tolerance established at Tier 1. The activities here are more specific. They include defining the actual processes needed, prioritizing them based on strategic objectives, and identifying the types of information required to execute them. This is also where we determine the criticality and sensitivity of information and map out how that data flows both internally and externally. A hallmark of Tier 2 is the creation of an enterprise architecture. Within this structure, we embed an information security architecture. This serves as a sub-architecture that translates mission protection needs into specific technical requirements. Just as Tier 1 influences Tier 2, Tier 2 influences Tier 3. The architecture developed here guides the allocation of security controls to the specific components of information systems at the tactical level. It is important to note that Tier 2 also provides a feedback loop to Tier 1, potentially causing senior leadership to revise the organizational risk frame based on operational realities. Finally, we reach Tier 3, the information systems view. This is where tactical risk is managed. Tier 3 is guided by the higher-level decisions made at Tiers 1 and 2, but it is focused on the practicalities of the system development lifecycle. Key tasks here include categorizing information systems, allocating specific security controls, and managing the implementation and assessment of those controls. At this level, individuals such as system owners and security officers make the day-to-day decisions about how systems operate within their environments. These decisions culminate in the authorization to operate, where an official assumes responsibility for the risk of a specific system. Crucially, Tier 3 provides essential feedback to the higher tiers. For instance, a new vulnerability discovered in a single system at Tier 3 might have systemic implications that trigger an adjustment to the entire organization's risk tolerance at Tier 1, or a change in the enterprise architecture at Tier 2. In summary, this multi-tiered approach ensures that risk-based decisions are traceable and transparent. It fosters organization-wide risk awareness and creates a feedback loop for continuous improvement. Because mission success depends so heavily on technology, these systems must be dependable and used wisely according to the degree of protection and resilience achieved through this three-tiered structure.